Hello. Hi. Good afternoon, Mandy.
Good afternoon. Hi. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for accepting this invitation. We're so happy that you're able to find time amidst your very busy schedule to join us for today.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
All right. And I just want to introduce to everyone Mandy here is the CEO and founder of Global Hemp Association, which I believe um, your passion in your organization is about bringing sustainable economic growth to the United States with hemp based products and industry development.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
really
tell us
passionate.
more
I'm really
about,
passionate about
about
connecting
that?
people. Yeah, for sure. So we built and created this association with the intention of providing an opportunity for people who are interested in the industry, interested in hemp, or interested in getting into hemp to have a place to go to make connections, build relationships, and then therefore grow the industry. So yeah,
Oh, wow. Yes. And what does your company really offer to your community? Because
sure.
you're all about growing that industry.
Yeah, so we host a number of events every month. When COVID happened and the pandemic shut everybody down, we switched from hosting face to face or live in person events to live events online. And so we host 8 to 12 events per month. We're interviewing and connecting a number of different people. We get between 50 and 100 people who log in. It's all hosted right now through a digital platform, but really with the goal of highlighting people that are doing it right within the industry. So we bring experts up to the panel or onto our different panels and provide our audience or members an opportunity to ask questions and really figure out who people are, what's happening within the industry. And I think the biggest value is we've been able to create this network with, again, within the industry and outside of the industry to help grow um, the businesses of our members, not just the networks, but again, revenue minded connections and grow business. And so focusing on connecting members to the supply chain
Mhm.
on all pieces. Yeah,
Okay. Well, speaking of growth, you're the founder of this organization.
yeah,
So, tell us a bit on how you grew your company, your organization, to what it is today. Like you have 100 people. Whenever you're like
yeah.
having this, just having also live interviews, discussions within your community. So, how did you grow your company?
Okay, so this is where I get to brag a little bit because I have an
Yes,
awesome
yes.
team behind me. But it's for those that don't know, hemp and cannabis are a little bit tricky online. It really has to be an SEO. It's an organic opportunity or an organic growth. And so it really took a team of people that I've met actually through your organization, Spring, who helped me. Because we're digital and online, and I understand that the industry is really relationship focused and people are buying from people that they know and trust and like. I really focused on meeting people where they were, and so putting content out that focused on the actual need of those that were attending. So, in part of doing that, we did some market research and we put out a lot of surveys and questions prior to guests logging on so that we can be sure to answer what they're looking for. And it gave us a pulse on the market to be able to prospect or
Mhm.
target, individuals or professionals, executives that are experts or had
Mhm.
experience within the industry or within topics. And then, yeah, from there, I think that people saw the word spread. We had a great social media team and we went hard to interview. I forgot this part. We've done 200 plus interviews with executives, and so we publish as much content as we can online. And I really
Wow.
think that's helped our position definitely.
That's very impressive. That's a lot of interviews. So I can
Mhm.
imagine how busy you are. So I'm really grateful that you, as I've said, that you took time to be here with us today. And I think there's a request if you, from Instagram, if you could move a little bit to your right, they say, because they want to see you. Maybe
Which
yes, that
way?
way. Yes, that way. Because
Okay.
yeah, they
Because the
want to
screen is
see.
different. There you
The
go.
screen is different. That's really the challenge with
Uh,
social media because different platforms, different kinds of style.
Is this
So
better?
I think it's a little bit better. Yep, to the right, because in Instagram it's kind of like vertical.
Okay.
So yeah, so there it is. They want to see you. So
Well, perfect. There we go.
there you go. They can see you now. And so you mentioned that it's a team of people, the community that was really able to help with the growth of GHA, Global Hemp Association, right?
Yeah.
And so I believe you have some VAs that's also really helping you out. But let me ask, what made you decide to get a virtual assistant?
Um, Man, where do I start? I was watching a film, somebody
Mhm.
local who was talking about the value of a VA and what they're able to do. And I had a hard time initially, and I know your team knows this. um, I had a hard time figuring out what I could hand off and what I could get help with and how to get help. And so that's really where I struggled initially. I did some research and just kind of figured out where do I start. And somebody on your team conveniently actually had reached out or I had been in touch with. And so I I joke about this all the time because my team, they are VAs and they're incredible. They're smart and intelligent and hardworking, and yeah, I could go on and on and on. So I'll leave that for a minute. But I think that the most exciting part is I verbally vomited on them, and it helped me to be able to say, here's all this stuff that I need, and I don't even know where to start. And I think the most valuable thing from that is Lee and part of your team, Cindy and Rose, basically said, okay, well, we're going to start with this one little piece, and we're going to start chunking this off, and this is how we can work together. And it wasn't just me and one person; it was me and a team of people. And so immediately, I felt like I had support. And so I got pretty lucky in the sense of um, I didn't have to be the person that had all the answers, right? As I could really lean into my VAs and yeah. And so when we talk about growth of my company, we have skill from, I'm using people that are supporting me in social media, in video
Yeah.
editing, in website update, newsletters. One that I think has been the most valuable, that's pretty hard to find or has been challenging to find, is somebody who can edit and write for me. And it's
Okay.
been, yeah. So I literally, Spring, I can go on and on and on. I tell everybody that I have the best team and the best team. I am a global organization. And so having somebody that was able to um, support and get it and and it's tricky too, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we had a little bit of a struggle in the beginning in the sense that hemp's new to everybody. So trying to find a team or a group that understood or was willing to learn, that
Mhm.
was equally as powerful. And now I'm trying to hold on to you guys as much as I can because you guys
And
are wonderful.
they really did their research learning about hemp industry. It is now, I believe, legal in all 50 states in the
Yeah,
US. For us here in the Philippines, not yet. So
yeah,
it is something really new for us because it's something that is still considered taboo, or people still don't talk about it because, of course, it's illegal here. But
sure.
there it is legal. So there's this conversation. You have this organization educating people and educating us at the same time that we are working with you. So I believe that it's also, your industry is one of the industries that is very interesting for us, everyone that's working here. And we're like,
Well,
yeah, we,
I think that's what's
yes,
been so fun too, is working with a group like yours, Fern, for example. Fern, I love you if you're listening. But um, I love that she's passionate about sustainability, and hemp becomes a piece of that, right? Hemp influences all aspects. It just depends on which part of it you're passionate about. And so it's been fun that whoever comes on board, we definitely um, hi Fern.
Yeah, they're listening. They're very excited to have you and listening to what comments you'd be saying about their work. So I also just want to know, like, what aspect or characteristic of a VA service you think is very crucial to your business? I think you've mentioned some before, but I just want to highlight it.
Mhm. Flexibility. I cannot believe how flexible or what hour I send a note, I have somebody, and even if it's not immediate, right? I've been able to create a way to communicate or a flow of communication that allows flexibility and equally as much being global, there is no off switch, right? There's no time that we should be off or should be on or have to be one way or the other. And so I think being able to be flexible and know that when I'm up at 2 in the morning working, somebody else on your team is also up at 2 in the morning working.
Yes,
But I think,
we're
and, and I think too, stability. Like there is not a day that goes by that you and your team are not also working. And so I also know that no matter how hard I work, they are working equally as much. So yeah.
Thank you for that. We do try our best, and the team is really also trying their best to provide the best service that they can, understanding your industry and being able to communicate and understand, because that's a big process. Like, um, communication is a very big factor, being able to understand what your needs, what your goals, what your objectives are, and be able to, yeah, meet those goals and objects, understand it first and find ways on how to meet those goals. So
Well, and I think that's been the biggest reward for me, or
mm,
one of them. I can't even say the biggest, but one of them is I didn't know what I needed. I didn't know what options were out there. So I didn't know what I could and couldn't assign. I didn't know what I didn't know. And being
yeah.
able to work with a group like yours that's experienced and able to help walk through that process helped me know strengths of my team, so I knew where I could assign different tasks or become more efficient, or what automation we could put in place that I just wasn't
Mhm.
aware of. And I
Mhm.
think I too commend the opportunity to give them some autonomy and some purpose to say, hey, let's try this. I'm in charge of this piece of this puzzle, and this I think is going to work best. And they're fully capable of doing all of that and more. And so, yeah.
I'm glad they were able to deliver on that, and not just deliver, but even really give input and proactively suggest systems, strategies, and processes that could help you out. So, what are you most proud about your company so far?
The network that we've been able to build and the trust that
Mhm.
I've been able to switch from holding within the hemp and cannabis industry, something that I saw all the time. And I'm trying to scoot over so if Instagram you can see me if I'm in the right spot or not, but I keep wiggling away. Um, I I forgot my question now, Spring. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. This is
I'm
live. We
most
make
proud of.
mistakes. Yeah, most proud of.
Most proud of. Okay, so in the hemp and cannabis industry, a lot of businesses and executives or professionals have been holding everything close to their chest. They don't want to share. They don't want to talk. Everybody wants to be the first. I shouldn't say everybody, but there's a mindset of wanting to be the best or the first, and so they're not going to share or collaborate.
Mm.
And even more so, I think that came from the black market that is now legal. That people that have been studying it and working in the industry haven't been in a position to share openly and talk about it. And now I've been able to, or our team has been able to create a platform of awareness and connectivity and trust to where they can come together and lean into some of the knowledge to help move the industry forward. And I'm just not sure that the focus on the member and on the person has been as much of a priority. And so I'm proud that we've been able to really focus on the person and what they need versus the money or the goal long term. You know what I mean? Just something greedy, but more focused on
On the people,
success.
the
Yeah.
members, success of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what is your long term? Like, what's your long term vision for your company?
Oh,
Let's say,
um,
in 5 years or so.
yeah. My goal is to be the go-to platform to make relation or build relationships and connect. That we can um, be a source, for everything from seed to cradle. So if somebody is looking for relationships or equipment or legal services, any piece of that, and then to be able to put a platform together where we can, build this roadmap that's visual and available to people all over the world. So I think that by doing that is really creating these connections and these relationships that we're doing now. And then I think long term through the association, we'll build out similar to some of these other large associations that are farm and agriculture focused, where we can
Mhm.
provide processing facilities either through a co-op or a coalition or some sort of
Yeah.
an opportunity where we can, and I'm not sure how to structure it yet. This is where I
Okay.
hesitate, is it's really more that I'm just not sure what to call it. But an opportunity to really give farmers a bigger piece of the pie, so that we can provide a stable supply chain to our end consumer and still take care of our farmers and our rural communities. And so,
I really support that. Here, there are people farming hemp, um, but the government is burning hemp.
mm,
Because again, we need the education, we need the legislation.
mhm.
So with your organization, that's really, you're starting there, but it's a global organization. So hopefully countries like ours
Oh yeah.
someday, would be able to join your organization.
Oh, yeah. Well, and we're about 25% of our audience now is global. And so we are getting people from all over. In fact, I just sent Fern an article the other day about a farm in Thailand and in the
Mhm.
Philippines. And so they're starting to see a little bit of movement, but yeah, it's going to take some
you,
time.
you you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
it for the long haul.
Yes. Awesome. And so, in closing, would you like to leave a message to some of the people here from OceanClick who are leaving messages on our comment section?
Yes.
I would just like to ask you for your message for OceanClick.
Oh, you guys are awesome. And thank you very much for everything that you do. I truly would not be where we're at as an association without your support. And I don't say that lightly. I tell everybody about it. I am not shy about having a team. And so I'm excited to have you guys on board. And I hope long term that years from now, we're still working together on a much larger scale.
All right. Thank you so much, Mandy, for your time,
Yeah.
for joining us here today. And to everyone watching, just follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, on TikTok. You can see us there. It's Ocean Click VS. And for LinkedIn, you can also follow us. It's Ocean Click Virtual Solutions. And to our audience in YouTube, it's Ocean Click TV. And so, see you in social media, Mandy. Well, we're always here to support you and Global Hemp Association. Thank you so much once again for your time. And to everyone, thank you for joining us for today's live broadcast. You have a great, wonderful day, Mandy.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a great day.